Revoyo, revoyo, daren harji muli murgama. Lokoyo jaladondo breriyo.
Firstly, we should recognise and acknowledge that we're here on Larrakia land, and we recognise the land and the elders past and present.
I will say Bachi Go Bachiloro, which means hello and good health to you. I'd like to call my brother-in-law now, Galachu, to sing a couple of songs for you. I know that you people do a lot of help in trying to help Aboriginal people with health and welfare, and so I thank you for that. And the more help that Aboriginal people can get, the better. And I appreciate anything that you might do for any of my people from the top end. Thank you. Bachi.
We're here to participate and celebrate the commissioning of our new CEO for Anglicare NT, Dave Pugh. He comes to us from St Luke's Anglicare in Bendigo, and he's had a long association there, 23 years, and over the last 5 or 6 years he's been the CEO of that organisation.
In all the stories of Jesus healing and of Jesus going about doing good that I think relates to something like Anglicare is that a fellow turned up, the story goes, in front of him and he had a withered hand. Now you might think it's very obvious that you could look at it and say, well, I know exactly what to do for you. Jesus didn't do that, and I think that is absolutely the essence of so much what happens in Anglican care. He actually said to the man, what do you want me to do? And that is so important in any aspect in which we are part of caring today, that you actually involve the person who's in whatever predicament they're in whatever the healing is.
We're going to present him now with some symbols of ministry for Anglicare in the Northern Territory. Dave, take this Bible to recognise our mutual compliance responsibilities. Dave, take this strategic plan to also recognise our compliance responsibilities.
At the heart of this mission is relationships. And the most important relationships for this organisation, firstly, is our relationship with our clients. And the way this organisation has to behave is the way in which we want our workers to relate to clients. And I really like what Julia said about that really close, that sense of what are your strengths, what is it that we can do for you, how do we work with you. Relationships that speak straight to each other, and I hope that in my leadership there can be great honesty and people can be straight back to me. Compassion that Julie talked about, and great listening. Our partnerships, of course, are critical in this mission, and partners, thank you for being here today. We want to seek a rich dialogue with you, and particularly a rich dialogue with Aboriginal community organisations and how we partner with them into the long term. I have got a dream job. I am so thankful to be in this role and have wanted this role for some time, some years. In fact, I said to the previous CEO 2 years ago, when are you leaving? I want your job. So I know it's very egotistical, but I think it worked. Because there is an incredible diversity of services. Some people don't, it's hard to, I'm finding it hard. I've been here a month. What does Anglicare NT do? I can tell you a few stumbling answers to that. Because it's a diverse organisation, and there's real beauty and strength in that. The capacity of an organisation to work with homeless youth, to support young people through their pregnancy and parenting, to support people with their financial inclusion, to provide a community at an op shop where people come and be valued as volunteers and contribute back to their community. It's so important that our work seeks to find ways to make those things hang together. but it is a really skilled bunch. We got an email yesterday from a health professional at Royal Darwin Hospital, who probably has to pay for her parking now, but as a health professional, she wrote a beautiful comment back to our workers in the Pandanus and Paperbark program about the impact she saw they had on a young woman who came for support while she was pregnant. The young woman had significant barriers to parenting, some really challenges in her relationship and in her own mental health. And this is what the health professional said. She said she saw an incredibly capable mum who was in a good, solid relationship and was parenting confidently and looking after herself. And she made this comment, "As a health professional, I am able to foresee the benefits of health and well-being for this family for decades to come." That's at the heart of Anglicare, transformation. Transformation, changes that last for decades to come. That is what we dare to dream as an organisation. And we dare, through our dreaming, to think that we might not only have an impact on the clients we work with, but on the way we think about services in the Northern Territory and the way we work with partners and with government to reshape services so that together we can have a community that's absolutely embedded in a commitment to social justice.
Yellow